This essay is it's an essay about TT. Back then, when I first met her, and today. Back then was about 7 years ago, when she was 9 years old, and her mother had to pick up some paper for me about my itinerary after I left Inlay Lake and who my tour guide would be and where my hotel was going to be. And then she added, "You can meet my daughter. Her name is TT." So we went into their living room of their home, and there's this 9-year-old kid. "Hi, my name is TT. Do you want to play some games?" TT's a firstborn, and therefore she's very competitive. I'm a firstborn, and I'm competitive. But I'm not competitive playing Scrabble with a 9-year-old kid. I'm just enjoying it. We played Scrabble and laughed for 45 minutes, and after getting finished the game, I started to get up. We were just sitting on the floor, and she said, "Oh, no, I have to up the score." So I obeyed, like the 9-year-old kid told me to do. Sit down and watch. Took her a couple minutes, and she said, I won, I knew I could beat you." Well, she did beat me, but she was the bridge that united my family in the States to her family in Myanmar. And it's just not TT, it's her 2 younger sisters and her parents, who would be therefore my children. And I've written about this, and I've said this more than once. There have been things in my life that have been very transformative. Some of them were negative initially, that turned out to be positive. This one started to be out positive and became even more positive. And so that's kind of back then. And a couple of years ago I was back. I've been back to Myanmar, or I've been through Myanmar, it used to be called Burma, 3 times. And hope to go back in just over a year and several months. But TT was the experience was transformative to me, and there are very few things. Some things, I mean, there have been a handful of things that have been very transformative for me in my life. Most of them have been negative, at least initially. Moving to Mount Lebanon, 2 dances with death. But meeting TT started out as a positive and has remained quite positive. But when I was back there 2 years ago, I had we'd emailed back and forth over the years, I mean, often. And her mother had said something about, in a couple of years, TT is going to graduate from high school, and it didn't make sense to me because I knew her age, but kids in Myanmar graduate from high school between their 10th and 11th grade by American standards. And so I said to TT, "I'll make you a deal. Because this young lady now, is brilliant. Not just in Scrabble, but in everything else." And you'll read about the deal that I made with her in the essay. And when I was back there on my 3rd trip, just went on break 9 months ago, we were all excited. When we did a family tour, and during the tour we talked about are going to college. And we were all excited. I came back from Myanmar in the early part of January this year, happy as a lark. And ironically, on my birthday, January 20th, the first COVID confirmed case was found in the United States. We're about almost 7 million confirmed cases since January 20th, and over 200,000 deaths because of Donald Dumb and his inactivity. Myanmar had 2 confirmed cases in Yangon and closed the country. And they have, they're talking about the coronavirus spiking on the second or third go around in Myanmar now. They have less than 1,000 people that have died. But because of the coronavirus and because of the shutdown, nothing was happening as far as school and college and education and kids going to school. And every time I would either chat with them on Facebook or anytime I'd email them, I'd say, just tell me when. Finally, Monday, I got an email from TT. She'd finally decided upon 2 schools and wanted my advice. And so this is the happy story about my relationship with my granddaughter. And I was delighted. 1001, 1002. And I'm telling you the truth. I went from being really excited to being concerned and worried, because my little granddaughter was about to take wing and fly, leave home, go to school, become a young lady. And I know that's silly because I can't control anything that's going on with TT, this side of half a world away from her. Now, let alone when she goes off to school. But I can control and write emails and essays to her. And this essay is my suggestions about things that she needs to remember as she flies off into the adult world. And so my essay and this video is a very nice tribute to my granddaughter. So what? So I'm in love with a young lady in Myanmar who is my granddaughter, who's a remarkable young lady. So what's that have to do with you? You have people in your life with whom you can have a relationship, a mutual reciprocal relationship where they do something for you and you do something for them. And so this is, in a sense, this is a parable, a story, a true story, but it is a story or a teaching moment for all the people in all the world, because there are numerous TTs throughout the world. You have kids, young kids living across the street from you in the next town, friends of yours or people you have met that relationship can evolve. And I use the term reciprocal because what I give TT, I get back. It is in giving that we receive. And that is a critically important lesson for you to learn. And it took me 70 years of my 77 years to come to that realization. It is in giving that we get. If we don't get, or we don't give, we don't get. So this remaining of this short video is to TT. TT, I'm proud of you. I really am. I went to Myanmar nearly 7 years ago in an attempt to interview Daw Aung San Suu Kyi, who's often called the lady. And I failed. But I found a young lady by the name of TT. I love you, TT. Take care.